to welcome you. Today we have an amazing presentation for you. If this is your first time, welcome. If you've been here before, thank you for coming back. And we're going to have a nice presentation from Stevie Aquilina, who is a leader from also down in Australia. A lot of stuff going down in there. But he's going to tell us about ASEA, what this is, and we're going to learn quite a few things tonight. So whenever you're ready there, Stevie, we'll get started.
Hey, thanks very much, Kelly. I'm ready. And yeah, thanks for being the tremendous leader that you are and juggling a couple of things there at once for everyone's sake. So I hope you're enjoying the meeting with Mal. He's a good bloke. And yeah, I'm sure you'll be having a good time with him there and getting some awesome information. Tell him I said g'day.
I will.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you so much for your leadership and your friendship and, you know, the inspirational leader that you are around not just your team, but I know anyone that comes to you, help them. So you really are a force for good in the world and for this company. So thank you very much.
I try.
Awesome. All right, folks. Well, yeah, let me jump into my presentation here and we will get underway. I'll just share my screen here. So again, thank you very much, Kelly. And as Kelly said, my name is Stevie Aquilina, and in case you couldn't tell by my Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia, and we are originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast of Australia, and that was really a dream come true, and we can make that happen. We are minutes from beautiful beaches, mountains, rainforests, coastal cities, theme parks. We love it very much, and I am very grateful and very blessed for with my life and also have income and time and freedom that allows me to enjoy a great lifestyle with my family. That's also taken us to many parts of the world that were once upon a time just way too far out of our reach, to be honest, because these good vibes and good times that we've got right now have not always been the case. I started out as a very difficult and awkward and weird child, very weird, very difficult to parent in school and raise. And I never made the grades in school. I was often told, by the way, that I was stupid and useless and on a daily basis. And I kind of figured out along the way when you're told something often enough, especially while you're young and impressionable enough, you kind of start to believe it. And so I didn't give myself a good head start in life because later on I became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And with that kind of thinking, I just walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s. And I had more than 20 different jobs in less that time. And for over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good looking bouncer in what used to be the most popular nightclubs in Sydney. That's King's Cross, which used to be a very notorious night scene in Sydney. I was a daydreamer, but not a daydream believer. And what I mean by that is I had big dreams. I wanted to I really wanted to actually give more actually, but I had little self-esteem and little self-confidence, a little sense of self-worth. So I did little with my life and kind of had little to give. Now, physically, I've always been athletic, even to right now, mainly in martial arts. And back then, you wouldn't have known it, but I had health troubles. I had an autoimmune disease and inflammatory disease, severe skin, respiratory and gut diseases. And all of this happened most of my life and lots of bad injuries too from very hardcore martial arts. Financially, I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs with hopes and prospects and going nowhere and no financial security and no financial dignity. Now, I've been so embarrassingly broke that I've had the phone, electricity and gas cut off. I've not been able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. Even if I could afford that, it's conked out on me a few times. I've not been able to make the rent and I've been evicted. Now, I mean, no financial dignity, very embarrassingly broke, embarrassed to say it actually, but I always believed in possibilities, but my problem was I doubted my potential. And with that kind of contradiction, it led to confusion and uncertainty and feeling trapped and unfulfilled and unhappy and frustrated. Look, just unable to be who I wanted to be. Now, as for some fortunate things that have happened in my life, first, I met the girl of my dreams. And right then and there, I was motivated more than ever before to become more. And she believed in me and has always told me that I was more. And I figured out once again, when you told something often enough. So she's my wife and the mother of my beautiful 4 sons. Now, also, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing financial opportunity and life-changing training. And now the company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too. More importantly, they taught me how to believe and become more. And so look, fast forward to today, instead of having health and wealth problems, I've not just solved them, but I get the honor of helping others to solve them too because of this life-changing breakthrough. And instead of financial insecurity and dignity and being embarrassingly broke, I have security and dignity because of this life-changing opportunity. And now, instead of being trapped and unfulfilled and unhappy and frustrated, uncertain, confused, I now have the ability to believe and become more, and give more, because this company's training has shown me a life-changing better way. So now I want to spend the rest of my life doing nothing less than bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. What I'm going to be sharing with you first is the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Now, medical experts say this is a great breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. Now, for 2 decades, science had declared this was impossible. So it's a kind of miracle that you get to find out about this, to be honest. But, you know, the truth is this is a breakthrough with enormous potential, proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies. Now, this is a very advanced breakthrough, considered to be, by experts, 15 years ahead of its time. And any health goals or challenges or problems or concerns you can think of, remarkable results. But drug companies wanted it shut down. Shut down, I said. More about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's be clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. And what I mean by that, what I'll be sharing with you goes well beyond anything you're seeing on your screen right now. I mean, well beyond drugs or nutrition, well beyond any type of ingredients or technology you already know about, because what I'm about to show you is nothing like anything on your screen. It is an entirely new frontier in science that is truly groundbreaking, category creating, and a real deal healthcare breakthrough for humanity. So this is the ASEA Redox cell signaling technology. It's a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are within you right now. They are made by your body. They're made by your cells. So they're native to your body. They're already in you, right? They are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication. And then with that correct communication comes correct cell-to-cell operation. And I mean every single system and function of your cells, therefore your body, since that's what you're made up of. And I mean all the way down to your genetic expressions is affected, activated, governed by redox signaling molecules in a very positive way. Now, redox signaling is a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And that happens by redox signaling molecules actually sending signals telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, how to repair unhealthy cells, and how to replace damaged cells that are too far gone to be repaired. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Now, the bottom line is this: redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning at optimal levels. Now, why is this all so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die, therefore, at the cellular level. Healthy cells, healthy body, healthy life. But what keeps the cells healthy is redox signaling molecules telling them what to do and how to stay healthy. Now, redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. They are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. I mean, all of it, all of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes, everything about us critically depends on redox signaling, because if all of your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more mere seconds. You could live longer with water, without water. You could live longer without food, but not redox signaling molecules. Without them, life ends. Now, if our bodies already make these redox signaling molecules, then why do we need to give our bodies more? Well, when we're born, we do make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy, how they can run around all day and not wake up for the next one, how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, as we age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, lots of other environmental assaults, both man-made and natural, our cells break down. And our body's ability to make redox signaling molecules also breaks down. And without as many of these redox molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow, and our cells break down more and more. And so does our further breakdown of redox happen. And it's a vicious cycle that leads to a breakdown into our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. You don't want that breaking down. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories. And ASEA allows these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA Redox signaling supplements, demonstrating the safety and efficacy of the ASEA Redox products and certifying them as safe and effective in every body. And ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science because redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. Since the first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a signaling molecule. There have now since been multiple signaling molecules discovered, with multiple Nobel Prizes being awarded for research in this field. And if you went along to PubMed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published in the National Library of Medicine, and if you typed in redox signaling there, you would see well over 33,000 results. And there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide is already out of date, way out of date, in fact, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. So according to medical researchers, as well as reported by the media, here I'm showing an article by the Huffington Post who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article. You can just Google the headline there. Redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And let me tell you, there are now multiple universities who receive tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are now global medical conferences and congresses being held about redox, and medical doctors are specializing in redox. With one such professor, by the way, a doctor from Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And as for ASEA around all of this world of redox biochemistry, we are already light years ahead. Now, ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example of that. ASEA redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways and affect your genes that improve your immune system health, that help maintain your healthy inflammatory response, that help maintain your cardiovascular, your heart health, and support your arterial elasticity, that improves your gut health and digestive enzyme production, and that modulates your hormone balances to support your vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual. Key. They play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, ASEA redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to to enhance your body's own production and efficiency, of antioxidants by up to 800%. Now, further studies along this line show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. The head professor of this university study is saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. And that's significant because all degenerative health concerns are caused by oxidative stress. And ASEA reduces that in a very significant way. Now, from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe. I mean 0% toxicity. Why? Remember, because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. So look, if you have health challenges, or if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, if you have the very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having higher levels of human performance, better in sport, greater in athleticism, but bigger and stronger in the gym, whatever it might be, any health goal you can think of, redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. But you don't need to take my word for it because we're going to share with you some medical doctors right now so you can hear what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants. And the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies that are deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries. But now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies. And this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
Now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, let's show you what's possible from the outside in. And that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, which are Renew 28, our Redox gel, and our intensive Redox serum. And these Redox technologies on the right are supported and enhanced by the complementary all naturally ingredients products on the left, our gentle refining cleanser, and our ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words, isn't it? So let's just show you what our ASEA Redox technologies are actually worth with these amazing health, anti-aging, and age reversing results. Now, lines and wrinkles are smoothed out. Elasticity comes back to the skin. Skin blemishes, spots, dots, and marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations. Other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. For young people too, being rejuvenated, improving the quality of life. Now, even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions are coming back to the proper surface of the skin. This is Rosie. The dramatic difference that you're seeing in the first two pictures on the left could not be seen by Rosie, by the way, because she did not take those pictures, and Rosie believed that the products were not doing anything. She said they weren't working. Now, Rosie went along to see her doctor, and that's actually who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. And when Rosie told that doctor that the products didn't work, the doctor showed these pictures to Rosie, and I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everybody says they want to see how ASEA goes, but Rosie missed the moment-by-moment changes by not taking pictures. And you may miss it too. So please take pictures. That's how you see how ASEA goes. And for anything you can't take a picture of, keep a written record instead. Now, some people notice results in a reasonable amount of time, 7 weeks, like Rosie, others within 7 days. And a lot of people can actually have an experience in around about 7 minutes, but some people need to apply more product, time, and patience, generally when there's more going on with their health, right? Now, what we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all exactly the same. They're the same in you, in me, in animals, and in plants. Now, ASEA products, studies have shown they have an immediate positive effect because they are just redox signaling molecules. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for them to not work in you and or hurt you even. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference there? Now, Renew 28 is not just for your face. You can use it on any part of your body. As you can see here, an arm, hand, belly. Here's some more bellies on the next slide. And here's some bums. You can use Renew 28 literally all over. Now, these pictures are actually from a study from a world-leading laboratory. And this study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world from people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. And so these scientists set upon very strict studies to see if there was any truth to these stories. And what they found was after just 12 weeks, there was a 16% reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And so they did ultrasounds to try and discover how this was happening. And they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite and wrinkles, as we said before, enhancing skin texture, smoothing the skin, not just for visibly younger looking skin, but actual healthier skin. And Renew 28 helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It goes deeper than that. And it helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know about that in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort, if you have something that's hurting you around your body, rate that soreness on a scale of 1 to 10. A score of 10 would be maximum discomfort. Apply Renew 28 on that sore point, on that sore spot, 3 times, put it on 3 times within 5 minutes time. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people will notice a soothing or a reduction of that discomfort, of that hurting within approximately around about 10 minutes, give or take. Everyone's a little bit different, right? Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. But after showing you what Renew 28 or our intensive redox serum or what our redox technology can do from the outside, could you imagine what they would be doing to you on the inside, right? Just think about that for a second. Now, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. That is a historical fact. It is a universal truth. And the bigger the breakthrough, the bigger the opportunity. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. And that's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. Now, as for our redox products, we are the world's first and only redox signaling supplement for 2 very simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one else other than just one man, Dr. Gary L. Samuelson, who's a medical atomic physicist, no one but this gentleman has been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For the 2 decades before Dr. Samuelson's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible. And 2, ASEA is heavily patented. But look, not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, it just can't be copied because there's no way to look into a bottle and figure out how to reverse engineer it because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, not in the bottle. And so it really can't be copied. And that means we have no copycats, no competition. And that means no one in the world has what ASEA has. I mean, no one. And therefore, no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them, because none of them are redox signaling molecules. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the human body as what ASEA can. Again, because redox works in everybody, because everybody needs redox, because nothing in the body works as well, or at all, in fact, without redox. It doesn't matter how good your product is, whether it's a juice, pill, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, whatever it might be good, but it doesn't work without the redox signaling molecules in your body telling it how to work, right? And because redox can't hurt anybody, and because no other products, again, can make these claims, none, because they just don't have it in them. ASEA holds massive opportunities over and above and across all health science sectors and everything else that's already out there. Whether it's healthcare wellness, whether it's sports science, athletic performance, whether it's beauty, skincare, aging, longevity, we can help people to more significant degrees by getting to a deeper degree in their body, by affecting them at not just the cellular, but also the molecular level with redox signaling molecules, where it all starts physically. And so ASEA is the only company in the world that the world can get a redox supplement from, So it really makes this an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own. So we look for people to help spread the word. Now, here's what we do. Very simple. We personally share ASEA with customers, and you get paid every time they purchase. Not just the first time, but every time, again and again and again. Now, also, we grow and expand a global network of others doing the same. They're also sharing this with customers, and you get paid for that too when other people buy again and again and again. And you, in this way, you can be in business for yourself. You can be in business, as your own boss, but you will never be in business by yourself, because together we're better. And so together we work to improve the productivity of the networks that we can build regionally, nationally, and internationally. And so it's kind of like a franchise business, really, but instead of building restaurants like, let's say, McDonald's does, we, instead of building buildings, we build people. And as for the product, we don't even need to make, ship, or handle the products. The company does all of that for you. And so in this way, you can make an income like a franchise. In fact, you can actually make way more than that, but without all of the stress, risk, and expenses. So it gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing Redox with others. So for people who are looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, or legacy leaving income, there are levels of commissions to meet whatever levels of ambition. So for people who have dreams of a better life, income, lifestyle, here's an opportunity to be able to afford making your goals, dreams, and desires a reality, because ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leveraged. Now, I mentioned this just before, but let's be clear. You receive a residual income, not just from the first purchase, but also from every single repeated purchase made by every single person you refer to ASEA. And because you can tell as many people as you like, and because they can purchase as much product as they like and you get paid for that, and because they can continue to purchase as many times as they want and you get paid for all of those continued purchases too, the residual income potential is unlimited. Now, on top, you also receive unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and others to no end also refer. I mean, to no end. There's no limits to how far and wide and deep these referrals can go, and you're paid for all of them. Now, this is natural, by the way. We do this already. We recommend good books and movies and TV series and cafes and restaurants and goodness knows what. We recommend things all the time, but you don't get paid for that. Here you get paid for your recommendations. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. It's natural. It's called word of mouth. And it's the oldest and still today, #1 most powerful, effective, trusted, and most listened to form of marketing in the world. Nothing's beat it. Nothing ever will. There's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. Word spreads worldwide very easily, and ASEA is currently in 35 countries and opening new markets every year. We've been operating for over 10 years, probably 11 years now. We've been profitable with zero debt since our first year, and we've carried that on year after year after year. We've never gone backwards. We've only increased in profitability, and based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed $500 million in the next 5 years. Now, residual income is impressive, being able to get paid when you're not working, being able to get paid on your days off, on your holidays, being paid while you sleep. It's very impressive. But more so than that, it's very important because you have residual bills. So why don't you have a residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only 1 is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. 7 must still work to survive. At 65, they're not working because they want to, but because they have to, by the way. There's a difference. They're a slave to the dollar in this case. And 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. When I learned this, I went, that's not a retirement plan. That's not even a financial plan. That's a financial failing plan. So what's going wrong? What do I need to do better? What is the one main financial principle that the top 4% seem to have figured out that I need to figure out that the other 81% of people like me in the world hadn't? And I figured out this. I needed to figure out a way to make money that was no longer dependent on my paid by the hour, selling my precious time for money, selling my family's precious time for money, or my own labor-intensive or own activity job. Now, I learned that was called active income, and this is what scared me. Sooner or later, there was going to come a day, it's going to happen to all of us, that I wasn't going to be able to be as active as I am right now, and therefore I wouldn't be able to have as much active income as I have right now, and therefore, who's going to look after my family? This is very concerning to me. At the time, I was thinking, well, my active income already isn't enough as it is. So what if it just gets cut down, let alone I lose it? Now, this is a big problem that I learned 81% of people out there are trapped in. 81% is a big problem. It's probably just as big a problem, maybe even a bigger problem than health. Money is an excellent servant, but it's a terrible master. The bottom line is this: if you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you will be a slave for money until you go for the long sleep, until you die. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, by the way, keep it. You are blessed. But still, think about this. Find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is just not smart. It's dangerous to your financial security. So don't tiptoe around this opportunity. It's important to you. It's important to others. It's important to at least 81% of people out there. So for people who are smart, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide to take control of their finances, their freedom, their security for them and for others. For people who aren't happy with, the amount of money that they have, or they're not happy with how they have to make their money. For people who have dreams and want a better life, look, ASEA is a significant opportunity to have a significant impact in people's lives in more ways than one, and to be paid a significant residual income from the ASEA's inevitable growth and its global expansion. And it can afford you those dreams and freedom and security, and give you that real joy of, right, not being secure, but helping others too. Now, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives. That's what you get to do with ASEA. And it's who we become, and it's what we do that is the biggest reward over and above any riches it will make us. That's one of the biggest lessons I've learned. Now, I'm not trying to distract anything here. You can make great money here, that's for sure. And you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations all around the world. And you can have a really great time, meeting great people, making great friends, having great experiences, a really great lifestyle. I definitely have one now. I didn't have one before. But really, at the end of the day, it's the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. Now, here's a demonstration of that, all the way back to before this company even was given a name. The truth is, big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, it wasn't called ASEA back then, but proving that the ASEA technology was real. And those big drug companies offered to pay huge sums of money. They were so impressed, huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to this Redox technology that's now called ASEA. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down, and they wanted everyone taken off Redox. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in this deal, because Virtus and Tyler saw people. They saw people who went from severe health challenges that once left them and their doctors feeling hopeless, to then these people experiencing life-changing power from Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they were filled with a great sense of purpose and responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so Virtus and Tyler felt in good conscience they could not sell out. And so they said no to the payout, no to the drug companies, so they could say yes to you, yes to me, yes to the people. Now, Virtus and Tyler, what had once started out for them as just a very big business play, this thing had now become more. And the ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from the big pharmaceutical companies because they decided to go the supplement route. They decided to go the health route. They decided to avoid the drug route because they wanted to expedite, speed up the availability of this breakthrough technology globally, making it available immediately to you and me and everyone around the world without a prescription. And one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is perpetually demonstrated in every decision they make, because they could have taken the money and run, but instead, ASEA holds people and principles in far higher regard than they do ego and economics. Now, the ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds. We're talking up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. You don't get any bigger than that. Now, they're exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable, and global companies, but their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, having an impact, making a difference, helping others to believe, belong, and become more, and to be a force for good in the world. So you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point you to where you can find the answers easily. There's plenty of university studies. This is nothing made up or we were airy-fairy here. But here's the most important thing I want you to look at. There are hundreds of thousands, and I mean literally hundreds of thousands, of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. So if you want to be happier and healthier, if you want to just live younger, longer, and stronger, you may just want to become an ASEA customer. But if you have more inside your heart there, calling out to you, if you have dreams and desires, if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, if you want to be even happier and even healthier, if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to increase the prosperity of the planet for others, if you want to make a difference in the world, you can become part of this Redox reality, and you can become more. If you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, just as simply as someone's invited you here, for example, you can and you will, in fact, better the lives of many, many others, and your life will become better as a byproduct of that in many, many ways. So thank you very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. Let me see if my friend Callie is still there. Are you still with us, Callie?
I'm here.
Perfect. I'll hand it over to you. Thanks for being back with us.
Yes, I was able to zoom back home here and make it. So, hi everybody. I'm going to just go over a couple of things here. Let me just share my screen so you can see this. Okay. So, thank you, Stevie, for that wonderful presentation. I hope you guys got that. There's a lot of information here, and don't be surprised if you want to go over some of that again. We do these calls every Monday at 8 p.m., so you're definitely welcome to check this out again. I know it's a lot of information to get. So I just wanted to do a little recap and then just talk about, so what would be your next steps here. So this again is our complete line of products. We have, mostly we went over today, the ASEA Redox supplement that you drink, the gel, and then we do have a small skincare line, and there are some supplements here as well. So one thing which is really important is to set correct expectations with this product. A lot of people say, oh, I want to just try this out, and so they want to get a bottle, or they want to try it for a month or a week or something. But if you look at this chart here, most people, if they try it for a week, 10 to 15% of people are going to see results. When you get to a month, it's about 50 to 65%, and you can see the results and the percentages go up as the time increases. Since we are dealing with the cellular level, things can take some time, and we just want people to have that correct expectation, because this is not a drug. So just be patient and you can get results. You know, me personally, I definitely had a severe challenge that I was dealing with, and myself, I did see certain things that happened in the first month, 2 months, but ultimately to get to where I wanted to, it took actually almost a year and a half, which is very good, because for what I was dealing with, there's people who are doing that for 20, 30 years, so a year and a half was very quick and unheard of, honestly, by the doctors. So Renew 28 topical skin gel, we went over a bit about that as far as what that does. This product you can use on so many things. There's actually a whole little sheet that whoever shared this with you can give you that tells you all these different ways that that gel can be used, and it's pretty amazing the different uses you can do with it. So just touching again on these supplements, the whole food source, that's that green one there. You have the omega-3, the heart complex, brain and heart complex, basically a fish oil there. That one, I personally am pretty sensitive when it comes to fish oils. I hate the ones, those big tablets, and then usually you end up burping fish oil. These ones, they spent, I think it was 18 months on this formula to make sure they had the freshest things, and those ones you don't get that fish burp, which is very important. Life Max helps for a whole cellular support, and then you have the Biome, which is a full spectrum probiotic with prebiotics. Again, I use these and they're great. So this is a really important point. Some people get excited, they watch this, they want us to say, hey, how do I get this product right now? And then they might go online and check eBay or Amazon or one of these type of places. Just want to make you aware, you want to buy this from an approved source, which would be an ASEA associate, so someone who invited you to this call, because that way you have the guaranteed quality. If you're getting it from one of these other sites, there's no guarantee as to what you're getting. It might not even be real product. Sometimes it's expired, so this is not something that you want to just buy that's not from the proper source. So you also have guaranteed safety, you have product education. You're eligible for free product as well when you order from ASEA. We have a program where you can get loyalty rewards, basically these points just for getting your shipments each month. That can add up and be quite significant. You can get quite a lot of free product from that. So there's a couple of ways to get accounts here. Oh, by the way, I just want to mention, because we do have some extra time here, if anyone does have any questions, you can put them in the chat and I can look at those afterwards and see what we can do to answer those. So basically you can become a consumer, which is someone who just orders the product. You can also do this and share it with folks and do it as a part-time gig where you can help people make a little bit extra money, get your product paid for. Or there's some of those like myself and Stevie who do this as a full-time job, and we actually share this full-time with people in creating legacy businesses and incomes for ourselves and family. So you can see there's a little bit of difference when it comes to pricing. So there's retail pricing, and that's just a straight retail. Now if you want to get this at a discount and get 25% off, you can do that either as a preferred customer, where you can get those loyalty rewards points I mentioned. All you have to do is just set up your account so you're receiving those shipments each month. It's very easy to control this account, and it's your account that you get to log into. And then there's no fee for that one. If you want to become an associate, that costs $40 US, and it's for 12 months, so that's a one-time fee. If you want to keep that account open, then it's a $25 annual renewal, or the equivalent price in your country, which by the way we're in 33 markets. So once you have this ASEA business, I think it was mentioned, you now have a global business. So with ASEA, we're trying to support your body's ability to maintain and reclaim health. And I like to end this off on this section here with a quote from Redox, which of course I cannot see because my thing is people are in the way. So I'm just going to escape here for a second so I can read this. We're all at the start of something big with great purpose, and right now is the moment that we begin influencing the future. We can change the world. And that's from Redox Norton, the founder of this company. So I hope you guys enjoyed that. I'm just going to move this over aside. Stop my screen share. And let's see. Well, that's actually the end of the presentation. So again, I want to thank you guys for being here. And now I'm going to just jump into this chat and see what questions we have here.